Hi guys, it's Matt here and it's Brett here. We're here recording another coffee and hobby session
Sure.
for your pleasure.
Yeah. So I heard, Matt, you're running a big Oathmark event. I think we'd jump right into that if that's okay with you.
No, absolutely, yeah. So, yep, I'm going to be running a campaign day. So it's not a competition, uh, but it is, if that makes sense. It's not tournament style. It's going to be a narrative-led game.
Awesome.
Um, so I'm looking forward to that. 2nd of October. We've got spaces for 30 people. We've got tickets up for sale, which is amazing. That's good. Registration, we've got 6 players so far. I have had more interest from other people, but I've definitely got 6 people bought tickets. So if nothing else, we've got 6 of us playing. So that'd be cool. Um, Hopefully we can get some more people in there. I know people are on holiday and trying to see where their lives are going. So hopefully we'll see some more of that down the line. But yeah, so that's the plan. We've got 3 scenarios, so it's going to be a busy day. But I've kept it to 2,000 points for Oathmark, which should rattle through for 2,000 to about 2 hours a game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm busy tweaking some scenarios at the moment. I've got one down, and I've had some official reviewers have going through it and the tweaks and changes and suggestions.
Mhm.
So people may know who. I've had Michael basically and Chris making suggestions. So they're
Good.
my go-to guys, and we've got some side scenario objectives. So as well, which I made them come up with all 30 of them.
Good.
So I didn't have to. And it's just a little extra thing. It's going to have, we got loads of prize support. So the first one, I've got, I literally just as we were before we started recording, I got Bane of Kings turn up, so signed by the man himself, and
Yes.
also I got a copy of Stargrave, also signed by the man himself, which is amazing. I really appreciate Joe's support on that actually.
Yeah.
So I've got some other stuff I know it's coming towards us. I've got some sponsors that have put their hand in their pocket, given us some bits and pieces. So there's going to be lots of stuff going on. So I'm really hoping that we can get to that magical number, and people can just have a real good fun day of gaming. So yeah.
Well, hopefully, I would assume that closer to you get more people because they're probably all hesitant with the restrictions and everything.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, no, there is that. I mean, it's going to be 30 people in a community hall. So obviously, as we get in closer into the winters, whether we go into lockdown, I mean, I've said, I would obviously people can buy those tickets, and if their lockdown comes, I'll be refunding that completely. So, or we'll just remove the tournament, and there's no if buts or doubts about the total refund going on for
Well,
people.
I've got hope. I think that you'll other people will hopefully see that too, and then you'll be able to host it. So that
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people just sort of trickling back into their clubs in the UK now. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks since sort of the restrictions have been removed in the country. I mean, I know I'm going back to my club, and we've had, I think the last Wednesday there was 12 of us. So normally on a Wednesday night, the place would be heaving with 25 to 30 guys, sort of thing. So there's still people out there that are being cautious, so that and that's fine. I know I've been double jabbed. I'm old, so it's not so bad. But yeah,
that's the key.
we're gonna take precautions. If people want to wear masks, that's definitely down to them. If somebody said I'd love to come, but I have to shield, you know, can I make sure that everybody that's near me is playing a mask? We have actually got an option for a side room. So if there's somebody that's shielding and had a problem with that, we could probably pop them in there, make sure they stay in that room, rotate a few players out that wouldn't have a problem wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's I want people to come in and have fun and enjoy and have a bit of normality back in their life, even if it is wearing a mask. But yeah, I'm sure it will come. I'm not I'm not worried now. Uh, ask me 2 weeks before the event, and I've got 6 players. I might be a little bit more, a bit sulky, but
Six is a good number. But,
it is. It is actually.
I
it's
think
good.
you'll get more. I think more is going to come as. So.
Yeah, I've got some great support out there. I mean, I know the guys out there, Scruffy Crow. If you watch his channel, he's coming. So we've got celebrity. I did ask Joe if he could come, but he can't. We got prize support from Osprey as well, so I don't know what additional stuff we're going to get there. We got prize support from North Star for best themed army, so we're going to get a box of figures out of them, and we've got 3D printed stuff. And if we get the full 30 people, I mean that's going to be a lot of prize support actually. So we're going to go out there, and there's going to have spot prizes for who makes the first really bad dice rolls, or just silly things really. So I want to make sure everybody's gets in there. We're not going to have an overall winner. We're going to have sides. You're going to have a side. They're going to be you can have the best player from team A and B winning a prize. I may do an overall prize depending on how many there is. Second place prizes. I've got a guy, Jan from over in Holland, has sent me a game that he's designed and printed free of charge. He was going to come over, but it's not doesn't fit in his schedule, which is a real shame. But he was going to come over, bring his dark elf fortress over, and all sorts of stuff. But he sent like a €35 game over for us, surprise support and stuff like that. So the community is really behind it. It's just it's in the UK.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking even if I think you're gonna get more players. I'm not worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
And AIM is out there, you are Mr. Big, so that's a big attention. But it's a start, right? So let's say you 6. I think you're gonna get more, but it's just a thing to come. You're gonna keep having these events, gonna build up more people playing, and I think I mean, player. I think a lot of people who lose need to have some recognition. And I think just doing that bad dice rolls and stuff is really key to create community.
Yeah, so. and that's it. I mean, and that's what everybody's going to score points, but what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to have a leaderboard through the day. It's going to be announced at the end of the day. I don't want people if I hold out for the last 30 minutes and defend this pit and I won't, I don't want that. I've been in those kind of competitions. This is not what this is about. I've been in, people playing slow on purpose to drag the game out. It's not that. If you want to play like that, don't come, is my advice. I'm hoping that I don't think what I've seen on the group on Facebook, I don't believe the community is like that at all. So don't turn up with 2 dragons. In fact, if you do, your list will get rejected. But or don't pull a Chris and put 3 catapults on your on your list. That is you, Chris P. It is. So it's not about min-maxing. It's trying to get that theme around the kingdom and making something that looks nice. And it's okay to win. It is okay to win, but let's do it with glee in our hearts. I mean, that's how I see it. So
it sounds like you're going for fun.
Yeah. I did a few years ago now. I play another game called Test of Honor. It's by Grey Now for Games. And there was 2 tournaments that a guy from another channel / podcast, The Odd-Sided Dice, Kieran, put on, which was basically a similar sort of setup, and it was all narrative led. There wasn't sort of like the chasing around to see, and it was I can't tell you how much fun it was. It was just it was just relaxed, and everybody was really in it, and guys that have been playing it for longer than the others, and there's a couple of newbies there. Like, do you really want to do that? Maybe you want to do this, and that's kind of what I want to do. So
sell the game that way. Our hobby is all about finding other players. So if you make it super competitive, you're just going to push those players out. When I was in, I think I told you this, but when I was in Guatemala, we played a lot of Shadespire and those kind of games and Beast Grave. And the guys that hosted it, English Grumpy Goblin, or my terrible Spanish, Duende Tacana.
Okay.
these tournaments for Shadespire and so on, and we kept having the same group of guys win in every single tournament. And they're a great group of guys. They're known as Team Ernie. But they're just this group of great 4 best friends that just played this game so religiously that really just had to play much of them to even have a chance. And it was still a good tournament, but you just kind of walked in almost thinking, oh, I'm probably not going to win.
Yeah.
I think having those other kind of awards kind of brings it back, and I think that's a really good touch on your part. Mind you, saying that about Grumpy Golem, they do a great tournament, and they have to deal with a lot with that. They do a great job, so don't get me wrong.
No. And and that's it. I mean, you want everybody to walk away and go, oh yeah, I want to come back next year. I mean, my ultimate goal on this is, and I think it'd be tricky, but I don't think it's unsurmountable, is to have a let's call it a Joe Day, and have Oathmark, have Frostgrave, and have Rangers of the Shadow Deep all interlinked into a campaign day. So people that don't necessarily want to come with, an army, or don't want to come with 40 figures and want to turn up with 10 guys to play Rangers, can all be involved. You can have those games that's going on, and them all have an impact on something. So,
it could be interlinked. Like maybe the people that are playing Rangers are like the special forces of the army that's going into one area, and it could be like almost like 2 different sides, good versus evil, or several sides. But if you're playing Rangers, you're the special forces side, and then you got Oathmark with fast arms. Then Frostgrave is like intelligence gathering, getting in there. Like it can be a beautiful.
That's kind of that's my thinking. So you got like the Rangers going off, and they're trying to go and capture a key piece of information, or a key piece of they know we're battling over something. If you bring Frostgrave into it, you're battling over something in Felstadt to go, and so we know that over here actually there's a specific piece of a grimoire that you need. So that's what actually you're fighting over, to collect one book into one sort of sections of a book into one and they're off gathering a page over here, so they bring that back to you. And the guys playing Frostgrave are obviously going in, and they're trying to do they're doing a recce, but maybe they can pick it up a bit more random, and then
like an artifact needed for the army, right? Like something like that.
Yeah. So they get so if they do that, they get a bonus. You've got an extra page of the grimoire, so you get an extra spell, that your one-off spell that you can use in Oathmark, or and then I mean, in my head it's like, well, how do you win? Because if that side's actually picked up 40% of the game, and those guys, you haven't got a full book. But I'm thinking, well, actually, maybe you just say, well, if at the end you've got the most, the book decides that who it's going to choose to reveal its secrets to, and it flips over, so you've lost, and the grimoire and whoever's in charge of Team Frost is now in charge of the Book of the Damned or something. So
Team Grave just has to suck it up, right?
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of where I want to. I'd love for this to all lead to. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's. I think it's for the community again. I've really sort of fallen in. That's a strong word. Falling in love with the whole ethos around all the games. So me bringing it in so I can keep playing. So I don't want this game to go away. So
it's kind of like, if you build it, they will come. And I think it's a process of recruiting people into the hobby, but you have to build these events and not make it about winner takes all, and just keep at it. And it's just like a YouTube channel, even like ours. You just got to keep pushing that content, and people are going to come and watch it, just like they're going to come and play it. If I was in the UK by the time you do this, I would be there in a heartbeat. I'm sure there's going to be many people like me in that situation. So when they can, they'll be there.
Well, hopefully I can win the lottery, because if I win the lottery, I'll just pay for everybody to come. As if I'm going to spend millions on something, that would be that.
Yeah. I think they built like a house for just Rogan.
Yes. And it's definitely a case of you build it and he will come. It's hello, come and do.
For sure, right there.
Yeah.
So, just to go back to the tournament, you're saying you're gonna have like narrative campaigns. Is there like a bit of a, not giving away what the scenarios are, but you want to give like a idea of what it would be about?
Yeah, so I mean, I've written up a little bit of blurb. So it's basically, people may have seen that I've been doing the Great East. Part of, I bolted on to Chris and Michael's War of Etana. So I've actually, my nation's off a small island off of theirs, and then I decided to make the Great East because why should everybody else come and join our fun? So I've based it around there. If you have a look in there, you'll see that actually the Alador's in there now. I've added that in. There's a little bit of dark coming in, and sort of the whispers around what's going on. They're basically, if you've seen the pack, you'll see an amazing piece of art that a guy called Cameron did for me. Did a load of art for Test of Honor and stuff. So he did that for me for free. It's basically a female mage. She got into a bit of, I'm going to say it's a bit Tolkien, really. Let's be honest, it's a bit Tolkien. It's a female Sauron, we could say that, but it's not, no rings to control them sort of stuff. But she found some information out that she thought she could use to control the world. And she started going into the ancient civil empire of Byzantine, which was run from the great city of Constantinople. Okay. But I've put it in Greek, and I don't know how to say it in Greek, so I'm not going to say that. And that is, the ruins are somewhere in the Great East, in the north. And that's been lost to time, and it's basically the rush. It's going to be the rush for the nations of the East, because they've heard the rumors. They've heard that there's a book there that's got a lot of power. It's also pulled in a certain myth, fiction of Cthulhu. So I've popped that in there because who doesn't love Cthulhu?
Book, right? Everyone's
got
a very good book. So I
guess So so I sort of mishmashed it all up, stuck a load of stuff that I love into it. Mm-hmm. So you basically, it's going to be a 3-run scenario, and it's kind of getting to the walls of Constantinople. So that's the first phase. It's going to be bits and pieces in there. There's some twists. So I've asked everybody to submit 2 lists. One's called Shield, one's called Hammer. Interpretate that any way you like, because I've had questions about, so one's a defensive list and one's an attacking list. I said, is it?
Right. I thought it right with that, which is interesting.
Yeah. And I would suggest to you that don't, think of me as I'm an old AD&D games master. So just because it says it doesn't mean it is. That's all I'm going to say. So don't turn up, don't turn up going, oh, but everything's meant to be a defense. I didn't say that. So there are going to be, I'm going to release the scenarios slowly so people can sort of fiddle around with their stuff and see what's coming. And I'll release the final one after everybody has submit their lists. It's not going to be, oh yeah, I'm going to try and mess with anybody's heads. It's just so that you can't necessarily be fully prepared with your army list to be built around that scenario. So hopefully people will think that. And if people don't, give me feedback. Give me, that didn't work. If lots of people say that didn't really work for us, Matt, I'll be okay. I won't do that again. But yeah, so yeah, they're going in to try and get some info basically. And there's going to be sides. They aren't going to pick it. I'm going to be picking those, and so
that's cool. I like it. Just out of curiosity, because as you know, I don't play much Oathmark these, just because of my situation. But if you have someone that has, like, let's say, dare I say, like an Age of Sigmar army or something like that, that's new. I guess they could somewhat convert it to play this.
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't use that at all. I mean, basically with the Oathmark, you got the movement trays, and there is, they give you a frontage, all that sort of stuff. In my experience, because I bought some that said were specifically for Oathmark front trays, movement trays. What I actually found out is they're bigger than the suggested frontage. So people might think, well, that's an advantage. Well, it's not actually, because it means I'm a longer unit, so it's easier to get into my flank. So I maybe have to I maybe have that extra bit to clip you with, but actually I'm sticking my flank out a bit further. So there's no reason why you can't use those super scale stuff. You just have to remember that there's 5 up front, and and that's what it has to be, and then up to 4 ranks, and cav is 10. So no one's going to get super snippety. If you turned up with a movement tray for 20 guys as big as an A5 book, then I might say that's not okay. But yeah, I mean, it's open to anybody. So yeah, feel free to bring. It's the whole rule system is figure agnostic. So bring your 1980s GW fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy battle gaming system army, whoever you want. If you've got Skaven, make them goblins. It's all there. It doesn't matter what you've got, as long as the opponent knows what it is. As long as I know, as an umpire, know what it is, it's no problem.
Are you? So will you be playing, or are you?
I'm going to umpire. I am, just so that I don't get smashed to bits and come last. That's just be embarrassing for me. No, I think certainly if we get an odd number and we were low, say there was 9 players and we needed a 10th player, yeah, I will play, just to make sure that the guys that are coming are getting a game in. If we're at 29 and there's needs a 30, I probably won't, because it's going to be a busy time. I want to give the guys as much support as I can. I've said in the rule, in the thing, just because I may give a ruling, it may be wrong, you may not like it, but I'm not infallible. So but I think it's I've run a couple of things before. This is not my first rodeo, as they say. I've run tournaments for X-Wing. I've run some 6mm stuff in the past for some grizzled old veterans and all sorts of things, modern warfare competitions, proper competitions. So it can get very busy for the umpire, especially trying to make sure that everybody's questions are answered. And you can sometimes get people go, oh, that's not right, and that's not right. Surely you can't do that. And it happens, because let's be honest, with wargaming, I mean, none of us are turning up to lose.
No, we all, and I love those people that always says, "Oh, I'm just here to have fun." I'm like, well, deep down, you want to win too. Let's not pretend. You sound great saying that. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's cool. I like winning. I like turning up and playing a game and winning. I can have a laugh when I'm losing, but I'll laugh a little bit harder when I win.
Choice between winning this game or losing, I think most of us would probably pick the winning side.
Absolutely, exactly. So, but there's that sort of stuff's going to go on, and that's cool. And I want to make sure that guys are getting whatever they help they need, and I'm going to have to correlate. And when I'm doing spot prizes and stuff like that, they're going to be randomized. I'm going to do stuff from off the distance and sort of put a little twist in the game now and again. So it'd be like in the next 10 minutes, Team Frost is going to have a -1 to their activation. So that sort of thing.
And another twist I heard, and this might be rumor only, you're going to be dressing up as this female sorceress, right? And walking around.
That's definitely not a rumor. So
excellent.
Nobody needs to see me in a dress, mate.
It may not welcome more players, but it's a stunt.
Yeah. It's not a commentary on anybody else. You just don't need to see me. I had once.
He's in his role.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Dark. It's not a
This is-
dark secret. I turned up to a New Year's Eve party many years ago, dressed as Britney Spears. That's all I'm saying. There's many people were ill that night.
Great. That's what's in turns into this event. Like,
So yeah, no, that I can. Yeah, I mean, feel free. Anybody who comes dressed as how you like it, him, her, or they. I don't give a monkeys as long as you come and roll some dice and have fun. That's definitely the way forward. So yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, it's all coming together. So and if it works, and even if we get 10 players and they're happy, yeah, I'm going to do it again next year. That's my plan. So if we get 30 players and we get the full whack, what I'm going to do is save some of that, put a little bit of that money aside, and what that will go into is making sure that the next one is supported. Maybe we can get a bigger venue, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not planning. I'm not going to take a penny out of it, mate.
You're not going to put it in your offshore banking account or anything.
No, I won't be retiring off to the Caymans on 30 people paying £12 a ticket.
I was worried. I'm glad I didn't know how to bring.
Yeah. I mean, I am accountable, guys. So, but I just thought maybe because we've got some awesome prize support as well already from people just not even putting in their own pocket and providing that to support this amazing hobby. I had one chap actually offer it from his pile of shame. Here's a prize from my pile of shame. And I was like, mate, you don't need to do that. That's amazing, but no, thank you, but you don't need to do that.
Someone else's pile of shame.
Yeah.
Ongoing trophy we pass around and for the people that are watching this that are might be concerned about Matt still profiting, I'll have Interpol on standby just in case after the event, so they'll get on that just in case.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to release my full tax records out to the public after I've moved to Bermuda.
We're gonna need to do this. For sure.
Yeah, no. So no, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully there's I know there's people looking forward to it as well. So that's brilliant. Yeah, some awesome support there from lots of guys from around the world saying they wish they could be there, and I really do wish they could be there too. Americans, European guys. It's even the chap Thaddeus, who was over in Brazil. He was saying he'd love to come. He could have got away with it because he was going to a conference in Portugal and he was going to come over. So, but it's not to be. But there we go. Maybe next always.
For the many Canadians that probably won't be able to make it either.
Yeah, no.
Like to.
But there's always next year. So if I give out enough notice and people start saving their pennies for airplanes, I'm thinking way too big there now.
Who knows? One day.
Yeah, one day. But yeah. So what's going on with you? I know people. We sort of alluded to it. You're off soon. You're moving. People might wonder why you haven't been putting up. It's just been me sort of whittling on the content, but you're moving imminently.
Totally. I don't mean to just be like a sounding board and conversationalist with you. Like I am planning on doing more videos, like you said. But also, like you said, I am moving country soon to the Middle East. And everything in my life is pretty much boxed up, and it's been like that for quite a while. It's very difficult because I was supposed to move a while ago, but this pandemic has made my job a bit unguessable, I guess I can say. But it looks like I will be leaving soon now, in about 11 days, and I will be setting up as soon as I can my hobby room, my man cave, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be putting out battle reports, and I was thinking about even like a little video journalism if people want to get into that, like what it's like to set up like a wargaming community in somewhere like the Middle East. And it's something I wish I did in Guatemala, but I'm thinking about doing that for Saudi. But I'll definitely be doing battle reports during this lockdown. I put a lot of time into painting things, getting things ready. Everything's set up and ready to go. I just need my home. So yeah, see where it goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I can see behind you. There's sort of vast boxes of toy soldiers, which is always nice to see.
That's for the shipper. That's all people that watching this will understand. This right here is just the hobby part of our shipment, and that's not even my stuff and my son's stuff. So I understand. So I definitely am ready to go. Other than that, though, I was thinking over the games that I would offer in the channel, and we didn't want to do exactly the same games just to provide some variety, right? So I've been building up 2 armies for Saga Age of Magic, so I got that ready to go, and I'll be new to that game. I'll be happy to show how to play it and get into some good battle reports. And then Forbidden Psalm, I'm not sure if a lot of people have heard of it. I personally think it's one of besides Rangers of Shadow Deep, of course, one of the best solo fantasy-ish games out there. He has a Kickstarter right now, and I just see a lot of potential with this game, and it's a very easy game to play. It's only on 2x2.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, and it's a flavorful game because when you roll for your characters, you roll for their weaknesses and their strengths. So no one's perfect, and they do that. It's a dark comedy. It's a beautiful game in that sense. And then I got Zona Alpha. I just picked up the books last week, and again, I'll probably be doing it as a solo game because it's good for that. And I'm building my Zona Alpha squad as we speak, and I'll be doing that to offer a little bit of modern / sci-fi elements to the. And Frostgrave, I think that's a given.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, so much of your work's around Frostgrave, so that's where your reputation definitely is built up within the community. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the. So I haven't got Saga. I've got the Dark Age version, so I haven't played Magic, or I may get into it, but obviously I'm going to be covering Oathmark again. I'm going to do Rangers. I'm going to do so. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to bring to the table. See,
the beauty of all these agnostic games is that really to switch between Oathmark and Saga, you just have to buy the book sometimes. That's really it. So it's I love this era we're in for Wargaming. It's much pandemic, and it's a lot of lack of games. We're also getting a lot of great games coming up that are very compatible with each other. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I use my Carolingian Franks as humans in Oathmark, so I've got that conversion there. I've got my Oathmark stuff. I can use it in Rangers. I've got Ranger stuff that I can use in Oathmark. I've got my stuff that I can use in Frostgrave as well. So it's flipping all those through there. So
even your dark sorceress costume you can wear to either event, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Just if anybody's not sure what I look like, if you're old enough, Evil Lynn is all I have to say. That's kind of the look I'm going for. I don't pull it off as well as her though. That's the only problem.
I pictured from Power Rangers. That was the thing I was hoping for. But.
Oh, wow. Fair enough. Okay. I can see what I can do. I'll go and have a word with my seamstress.
Get on that.
But yeah, no, all of these games that we're trying to do, I think we're trying to be interchangeable. I mean, you've got Lions Rampant as well that you could pop in there. You've got Dragons Rampant as well, which is another Osprey game that you can pop into there. So, there's lots of stuff you can put this through. And it's, it's not a commentary on anybody else's game. It's just, lots of people only have room for a certain amount of stuff. And, so we try and make it cover as many rule sets as you can, because you can probably, if you've got you've got that size book, you can get a lot more of those into space than buckets of new troops every time you have to rebase them and all that sort of stuff.
I'm literally learning that with my moves, so 100%.
Yeah. I mean, and even there's a lot of stuff out there you can buy PDF now, and I'm a man that likes a book. I have to say, it's just who I am. I will buy a PDF, but usually that's to keep the cost down until I see if I like the rules.
Yeah.
And if I like the rules, then I go and buy the book, because
Well,
I don't have to flip on my iPad like this all the time.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like for my move and everything, like I've sold some of my expansion books just to save that space. But if you have the core rule books and the main books you're using, I think you're safe too. But totally, a book more just easier to use. So
Yeah,
I get.
yeah. So I mean, I've just sort of like to let you guys know. So what's coming? We're trying to be super organized. So we're going to try and release some content there. So you will only see me for the next few weeks while Brett's moving. But I'm going to start a Rangers of the Shadow Deep. Let's call it a mini series or something like that. We're gonna. I've volunteered myself to do a convention down in London at the Selwig convention in 17th of October. 17th of October, which is a Sunday. So I'm going to go down there and put on a participation game for Rangers. So hopefully we can get some people interested in coming along and play that. And part of that, I've asked Scruffy Crow. I've asked James from Scruffy Crow to come and join me, and also another friend of mine. So they've got Get Leave Chits stamped. It sounds a bit. Hopefully, their other partners don't see this and go, "Who's that idiot?" Well, my friend's wife already knows what an idiot I am, so that's fine. And then I'm gonna just sort of log that a bit. I'm going to I've got a load of went in a couple of months ago and bought a load of the Rangers figures from North Star. I was using all sorts. Why did I bought them? Because some of that money goes to Joe. It's his license. So that supports Joe to make new books. I think that's kind of really important, because he's done some really amazing stuff and he's gone off to do it on his own. And that supports him bringing out the next new cool rule set. And I wanted them
because North Star has great stuff, and I like their stuff. They're so versatile, even mixing up between their other boxes.
Absolutely, and all this stuff is metal, and it fits scale wise and sculpting wise. Everything fits in with lots of other things. So I'm going to go through them. I'm going to do a quick review on them. I'm going to show people how to do a move, how to roll up a character. Just a quick series. I mean, if you're playing it already, it's probably not going to be any use to you. But if you're a new player, it just gives you that quick overview. I'm not going to give any secrets away from the book. I'm going to play battles. I'm going to record some battles, hopefully doing some co-op with a friend of mine. Those battles are going to be from the fan base stuff from Facebook. I'm not going to do the books that Joe's done. I have got them. It's just been that I feel that they've been covered really well by lots of other people.
Something different, right?
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to pick one of the scenarios out of that to take to the games day. So that's where I'm going to be going for the next few weeks. Hopefully, recording and making something look presentable.
And for me, I'm just got to get this move, and once I'm hoping to get started at least by September, latest in September. I got to move, set up, and get my stuff through customs, but hopefully that's quick. But as soon as I get it all out, I'll be playing. I even ordered some new battle mats and everything, so I'm
nice
to get my life sorted again for wargaming. Like we all, right? So.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, I've sort of had a bit of stuff going on where life's turned up, and I haven't done anywhere near as what I wanted to do, but I've got to a place now where my life's back onto an even keel, and I can get this stuff done and enjoy it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too, and follow us. So if you like what we've done so far, subscribe. We're not here to be millionaires. We know we're not going to do that, but just subscribe.
It's like,
we're not going. Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to try and produce content that people want to enjoy. If you've got any comments, I know there was one comment about my volume, so I've went out and bought a new microphone. So it's just stuff like that. You know, we're going to try and improve what we're doing, be a bit more shinier, but still be the same.
And if people comment about our haircuts being very similar, it is just a coincidence.
It is, yeah.
There are coincidences in that sense. But.
Yes, yeah. I went to the barbers for the first time in like 18, 19 months a couple of weeks ago because I just had enough of doing it myself and I needed somebody else to do it. Because I did a terrible job of it. So, but yeah, cool. Well, thanks, Brett, for spending time this morning talking to me, and that's brilliant. I really appreciate it. I know your schedule's a bit bonkers, and you've got a little one to cope with as well. So, and hopefully we'll speak again soon. We'll pop one of these out. It probably won't be until you arrive into the sunshine, blazing 50-degree heat of the Saudi desert. But
yeah, but I'm as far as I know, I'll be leaving in a few days. I think it's like 11 days I'm leaving now. So I just have to that the pandemic lets it happen, and it should.
Yeah.
And I'll be landing. And even if I don't get everything right through customs right away, I think you and I will do these conversations still.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, we're going to update the guys and where we are, what we're doing, what the plans are. And yeah, just have a general knitter natter. So, yeah. So we will say goodbye. Goodbye, Brett.
Yeah. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
Yep. And we'll see you soon, guys.
Excellent.